3. I'm trying to wait for Miss Other Camera. Great. It is episode 3 of Ask the Teacher, and I am your teacher extraordinary, Patika Tate. I'll give everyone a moment to join. Hello, Zandria. That is my daughter extraordinaire. Thank you for joining us. And just to give you a little bit of background for those of you who don't know me, I am a 20-year or a teacher with 20 years of experience in the classroom, 17 in middle school, and the last 4 in elementary, 2 as a reading coach, and this is my second year as a classroom teacher. I am also national board certified and recertified. So I've been certified since 2012, 3-time teacher of the year. And right now I am a one of 5 no, not semifinalists, one of 5 finalists for District Teacher of the Year in my school system. And it is one of the largest school systems, if not the largest, in the state of Florida. I need to verify that. I'll tell y'all later. But anyway, so I am on a mission to make sure we are giving parents all the resources they need to make sure their children are doing what they need to do to have the best educational journey possible. And I'm also on a mission to make sure all children know that they are enough and have what they need to feel prepared to succeed in a world that is not always easy for folks to live in. So, with that being said, today's topic is tips on how to best advocate for your child. And so when we talk about advocating, that doesn't mean showing up to the school talking about, this what I'm gonna do, this what I am, and who you're gonna be. But it's about, oh, I was wondering what happened, y'all. I'm sorry. My light went off. There you go. There she go. Okay, I think it's gonna go off again. Hey Z, I need the plug for my light. So I wonder what happened. So anyway, yep, it went off. So we need my plug so that you all can see me clearly. But anyway, so when we talk about advocating, hi, how you doing? I think that's Kim. Kim Adams. So join thank you for joining. So basically, when we talk about advocating for our child, that means making sure we are speaking up for what they need, speaking up for what's going to best help support them in their educational journey. It's not about telling people what they're going to do and who's going to do this and who's going to do that, but asking how can you best partner with your child's teacher to give them the best educational experience possible. I'll tell you, I have students all the time that I can quickly identify that something isn't quite clicking with them. It doesn't mean something's wrong. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with them. It means that maybe they need a little bit more support. They need a little bit more systems in place. And so it is important for us to identify these things as quickly as possible so we can get them the best services that they can have as quickly as well. And so when we are able to say, okay, I notice my child is having some difficulty getting anxious when they know that there's a test coming. Okay, well, what is that? How do we, address that? There are systems in place where if you know your child gets severe test anxiety, you can advocate for services to help make sure that they're in an environment where their anxiety is lowered, in an environment where their anxiety is lowered, there's a lower possibility for anxiety so that they can test in a more calm environment with fewer children or students around so that they can perform their best. There's also examples of, you guys, I don't know why my daughter has my plug because I don't like this light not like this. I'm gonna turn it back on. It's gonna go off again. Help! I know because that's a better view. So I as a teacher, I also see students that easily read and decode information and some that struggle. They may have difficulty with comprehension because their brain is getting wrapped up trying to read the text. And when you have timed tests, if they're using all of their, abilities then they have little juice left to actually comprehend it. And so you add the pressure of the test being over in 90 minutes or 120 minutes, it makes it almost impossible for that child to be successful. So that's when you advocate for your child. My child needs supports in place that allow them to have more time. If they get more time, then the pressure of finishing within 90 minutes may be stretched to 120 minutes or 180 minutes. Of course, you can't just walk in and say, I need these things. You can say, I'm noticing this about my child. So, what can we do to see how to eliminate these issues for them? And then, after about 6 to 8 weeks of trial and error, seeing what works and what doesn't, then you can say, okay, well, we may need to have official services for them so that they can have the best educational outcomes possible. So, what are some of the questions you may have about getting services? And a lot of people have this, well, I won't say a lot. Some people have a negative view of, oh, well, if my child tests in a small group or with smaller functions of children, then maybe there is something wrong with them. No, it's nothing wrong with them. It just means that they have different educational needs than others. And it is our job as parents and educators to make sure we're giving all children the best possible outcomes by giving them the possible supports and systems that they need. Sometimes your child may be doing their absolute best, but still struggle to understand and comprehend information. That's when we have to drill down and see, well, what is the source of the problem? I guess these people who are in my live are not listening, aka my mama and my daughter, because they have not brought me my plug so I can charge up this doggone this light here so y'all can see me better. But anyway, so hey, bring it, please bring it. But anyway, so what was I talking about? When you get over a certain age, you forget what you're talking about when you get sidetracked. But oh, and so those children may need to have some of the learning gaps filled. So it could be anything from phonemic awareness to different understanding how to decode words and decode letters and things of that nature. That is a basic skill, but unfortunately, I see where there are children who are still lacking the skills to say words bigger than CVC, your basic consonant, vowel, consonant words. And so if they're getting what we call multisyllabic words, that is big words, as a lot of people like to say, then that is really taxing. And so if they're having trouble, even like if you gave them more time, they still wouldn't be able to code them, then they need something a lot more serious, a lot more intense. Ah, there is my plug, you guys. So I'm gonna plug it in. Nope, it needs to be the phone plug. Um, it needs to be my C, I don't know what you call it, the C card, the one that goes in the cell phone. Anyway, so then they may need a little bit more support or they need more instruction on reading words. But here's the thing, when they're expected to read and understand grade level text, but they struggle with actually just reading words, not even complete sentences, but just coding specific words to the point where it makes comprehension impossible, then we have to give them the supports they need to be able to do it. Because a child that's failing for no reason of their own, that is not due to lack of, trying or lack of internal drive, lack of, trying or lack of internal drive, but maybe something more serious like inability to decode words yet, then it's our job to make sure we give them what they need. Nope, stay off the side. Just give it to me in the hand. Thank you so much. Um, and so that is what our job is to do. Our job is to help make sure we are giving children everything we need or they need to feel comfortable, feel confident, and be successful. I think I got the plug at the end of the live, y'all, but better late than never because that is what makes it better. I don't know why it was dead in the first place, but this picture looks good. So anyway, let me know what your questions are in terms of what do you have questions when it comes to advocacy about? I can tell you, don't take it's some of the stuff, sometimes the processes take a long time. It's not easy. You can take anywhere from at least 4 to 6 weeks just to get some data to see what exactly your child needs. And then it can take even longer just to actually get systems in place. So the sooner you identify and start to drill down, just to actually get systems in place. So the sooner you identify and start to drill down what your child needs, then the better we can support them. And I'm gonna tell you this: ask your child, ask them, what do you need? How can I help you? What happens when you take tests? What happens when you see a lot of work? Do you get stressed out? Do you get overwhelmed? What can I do to support you? And when we start having those conversations with our children and we start figuring out what they need to succeed, then we have outcomes that you would never dream. All right, y'all. If you have any questions in the replay, Put them in the comments. I'll check it. And if you have any questions that you need answers to immediately, send it to me in a message. If you like this content or want to learn more, please message me and tell me what you want to hear more about, and we'll do it because I only have one more scheduled. One more Ask the Teacher that is next Monday at 7. But if I see people have more questions or they want me to answer more questions for them, then I will gladly continue this live. So take care, y'all. Bye.